I'm not happy about this situation with South Africa. I mean, by all means, ask your players to take the knee, and if they want to, they can. But surely
Yeah.
it should be every player's personal choice. And if Quinton de Kock doesn't want to do it, he doesn't have to do it. But apparently, they did have this policy, but today or this week they changed it and made it mandatory. You have to take the knee. You have to grovel to Black Lives Matter. That's wrong, isn't it?
Oh, it's absolutely ridiculous. It's terrible. It's an awful decision. Look, I mean, my position is I think taking the knee is a pointless, performative, political gesture that will not in any way advance race relations. That's my view. I would never take the knee, even though obviously my parents are black, my sister's black, my wife is black. Obviously, that makes me a mad racist, but I would never, ever take the knee. I wouldn't do it. But the fact is, if you want to do it, fair enough. We live in a free society, we're in a democracy. If you want to make that political gesture, that's fine. But on the other hand, if you don't want to make it, you shouldn't be forced to do it. So I think this is a terrible, appalling decision. And basically, this kind of coercion has no place anywhere, but particularly has no place in sport.
It's incredibly illiberal to make it compulsory, mandatory.
Completely.
And I just hope that the South African cricket side are alone in this, and that it doesn't sort of spread to this country and our football matches. But, quite a few players do refuse to do it. There are clubs who refuse to do it. Les Ferdinand, who runs QPR, he extracted the club from the entire ceremony because he said he just thought it was ritualistic and empty and pointless, which it has become. It is just something they do, and nobody really pays any attention. The England players now do it for about 0.1 of a second every time. They go down and they're up before you even notice. So you think, well, why are they even bothering to do this? But I'll tell you what worries me about it in this country, Ike. It is the fact that the fans' wishes are completely trodden on and not listened to. And when fans boo this ritual, it isn't because they're racist. It's because they don't like Black Lives Matter and they don't like being told what to do. But they're told they're racists and their opinions don't matter. And I think that's wrong as well.
Yeah, well, this is why I think this whole Black Lives Matter thing and taking the knee has actually pushed back race relations. It hasn't advanced relations. It's made them worse. And it's made them worse because basically it's made taking a stand against racism a political decision. Before, with the vast majority of people, being anti-racist was a moral decision. It was just the right thing to do. Just like not going around stealing or killing people. The vast majority of people just knew that morally it was wrong to be racist. But what's happened now with taking the knee, they've added a political dimension to it. Politics, by its very nature, is divisive, and it puts people into different tribes. So what they've done is they've created, basically, whether you're anti-racist or the kind of anti-racism you pursue is now a political identifier, which is why this has been so dangerous. So I remember during the summer, this whole thing about England fans booing, that automatically means that they were racist, was absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I probably wouldn't boo because I like to think of myself as a gentleman. But I would never, ever say that because someone's booing a political gesture, that makes them racist. It makes them a Democrat. We're all entitled to boo, not like political gestures. So the whole way this is going, as I say, it's not in any way helping race relations. I would say it's pushing them back.
Yeah, I mean, I go to the football a lot, and the taking the knee ritual is now sort of basically ignored by the fans. They're sick of being told they're racist, and they just they just shrug their shoulders and let it happen, which is what renders it so empty. It's such an empty gesture. What on earth has it achieved? We understand that racism in football has got worse since they started to do this, not better. What is it for, Ike?
Well, I think what it's for, and this is maybe the cynic in me, it's for organizations to show that ostensibly they're anti-racist because they're doing this gesture. It proves they don't believe in racism, but it doesn't actually challenge racism or do anything to address racism, but it's a way of people having almost like a banner on your head saying, oh, I'm an anti-racist, and that's all you have to do. And an example of that is, I think, I think the I may be wrong, the Indian cricket team now all do it. They all they take the knee before matches or games, and without disparaging India, India has some appalling caste prejudice problems.
That's a good point. Yeah.
And basically, but because they all take the knee now, oh, it's fine. We don't
They're
need
not
to address all
racist.
that.
There's a last
They're
point. Let me ask you a last point, Ike.
That's quite dangerous.
I agree. We're just running out of time. But the one thing I've said, if you want to take the knee, footballers want to take the knee, again, personal choice. Let them go ahead. What I would like to hear, and we haven't heard it yet, from the Football Association, from Gareth Southgate, all the great and the good, Gary Lineker, if you like. We take the knee against racism, but we disassociate ourselves from Black Lives Matter. We have not heard that.
We haven't heard it. No, we haven't heard it. And look, at the end of the day, if the FA wants to support Black Lives Matter as a political organisation, look, I feel that's not something I support, but they should be honest and say that, and don't have this kind of smoke screen whereby they're copying the political gesture and they're using the kind of Black Lives Matter symbology, but they're also saying, oh, but it's nothing to do with the political association. It's just to do with anti-racism.
I mean, the thing is, though, Ike, they don't say that. They haven't said that. If they said that, I'd have a little bit more time for this. I think it's an empty ritual, but if they said that, I'd have a little bit more time for it. Ike, we're out of time, but thank you so much. Let's talk again soon.